I'm Jeff Schwartz, and this is our September 2020 update. We've got a Monte Carlo Ss here you've probably seen before with the Hellcat engine. We've gone to some great lengths to fit the Hellcat seats in there, and then we're working on brake cables right at the moment, and we just finished up the air intake for it. And we've got another Trans Am project here we're working on. This one is a 78 Trans Am, LT4, Schwartz G-Machine chassis, 14-inch brakes, the usual, as well as the TA3P forge line wheels. As you can see, we've smoothed the firewall here, which is our standard practice. We've also mini tubbed it, and the next steps will be fabricating the coolant pipes, fitting the radiator, and that sort of stuff. This 54 Studebaker project, we've made the inner fender panels, finalized our radiator mounting and core support. We've got our shock tower braces there. And the next step is the wide body fabrication. As you can see here, we're mini tubbing this 65 Chevelle, and it's also getting a Schwartz G-Machine chassis. This one's going to be powered by a big block Chevy. Here's another new project, a 68 Coronet. This has been media blasted and epoxy primed. We've also done all the little rust repairs on it, window channel, floor, etc. As you can see, there's still some big rust holes back here in the trunk pan. And that piece just came in, so we'll be getting started on that pretty soon. Here's another Mustang project, an Eleanor style coupe, and we've finished up the inner fenders on this one as well, and it'll be getting the G-Machine chassis shortly. We finally got the radical small block Chevy engine for this 68 Camaro, and we put it in there along with the 6-speed T56 Magnum transmission. So we're just waiting for some different headers to come in to give us better access to the spark plugs on this. This 63 Nova just came in from California. It's a really nice rust-free example of a car, and we're in the process of stripping it down right now to be media blasted. It's going to get painted a shade very close to its original dark red, which is not this bright red, but the dark red that you see under the hood there. So this is getting an LS engine and a Schwartz G-Machine chassis. It'll run and drive like a modern car, like all of these do, so another fun project. Here's another 66 Nova, and this also came in from California, and this is going to be another new project that we'll be starting on real shortly. Despite being super busy working on cars, I have had a chance to take our beloved Pontiac Tempest out and thrash on it on the track a little bit. It's making 820 horsepower, and I have never broken a Tremix transmission until now. Unfortunately, this T56 Magnum is getting replaced with another T56 Magnum, and hopefully we'll have better luck with the second one. And we'll be back on the road with it real soon. I just missed winning the road course portion in the Sport Compact class at Road America with this Scion FRS. This makes 480 horsepower on E85 with a turbo on a stock 2-liter engine. Anyway, I did, however, get an invite to the Optima Ultimate Streetcar Invitational, which is going to be held November 1st, 2nd, 3rd at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. I've got all the parts ordered for this. We're upgrading to a 350Z transmission, and this will hopefully be ready before the event at COTA, and looking forward to doing the best we can down there. This 79 Hurst Olds W30 is painted now, and we've got the big block Chevy back in there. We do have the forge line wheels, although they're not on it yet, and we should have this thing running real soon. This 75 Trans Am is starting to look like a car more every day. If you recall, this is the one where we fabricated the fender flares out of metal, as well as these air extractors out of metal. So all that is metal and welded to the fender to be basically one piece. This has a lot of parts that go into the front end on this particular generation Trans Am. So it was the early years of the 5-mile-an-hour bumper, which we've taken a bunch of weight out of there, but there's a whole bunch of components, as you can see, going in the front end. So very tedious assembly work, and it looks like we got most of that knocked out now, and we should have this one on the road real soon. Incidentally, the back half of this car and the cutlass we just looked at still need to be wet sanded and final buffed. This Chevy 2 Nova convertible has been block sanded once, We've got to do one more primer and another block sand, and it should be ready for paint real soon. This 69 Mustang has been blocked once. There's a fresh primer on it now, and it's going to be block sanded one more time before it gets the paint put on. As you can see, the 47 Hudson is painted, and it's been wet sanded and is being buffed right now. This thing's looking great. This 74 Nova is now wet sanded and buffed, and it looks like glass. We've got glass in it as well, so that's forward progress. We've got a few little details, door handles and things like that need to go on here, and then we'll be going back to the dyno for final dyno tuning and then interior work. We finished the chassis for this 78 Mercedes, and we got the LT4 engine mocked up in there along with the new serpentine drive. The blower, however, is not on it because we're having it CNC ported, which picks up about 40 horsepower on these engines. So I'm excited to get that back probably later this week. And then we've got some really cool Forge Line wheels coming for it that are very BBS looking. It's the Vintage series by Forge Line. These are just mock-up wheels that we got on here now. This is the chassis for that 48 Ford Woody with the supercharged Coyote and the 6-speed manual. So this thing's ready to go to powder coating now. We're going to do some body work on the firewall of the Woody, and then this will be going back together and getting shipped back to California. We've got the chassis out of the Woody, and we're going to do some welding here on the firewall, a little bit of body work and painting, and then we'll be reassembling this with some spectacular new upholstery on the seats. We've been getting a lot of chassis orders lately, and we've been doing our best to get them out on a timely fashion. We've added some additional staff, and you know, we're doing the best we can. Thanks for being patient with us. We've got a C10 chassis here on the jig right now, and we also have a Mustang chassis we're working over there. We just got the Be Cool radiator in for this 83 Cutlass Hurst Olds, and this one's got a 455 with Holley fuel injection. And we're fabricating coolant pipes and wrapping up the last bit of work that we'll be doing on this project. Thanks for watching. That's all we have for this month. See you next time.